My girlfriends always want to have girls' night. At what point did we stop wanting to hang out with guys when we're drunk and just hang out with other girls? What kind of weird lesbian mating ceremony is that? And if you bring up the idea of a girls' night, you could barely know the girl. Girls love it. It spreads like wildfire. Want to have a girls' night? Oh my God, girls' night. It's like we communicate on a different level. Like it just.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time for our guest. She's a great comedian. Joining us now on the program, she was the youngest comedian, the only female, and the only Jew to win Last Comic Standing. She currently has a special out on Comedy Central, and you can download her CD, Iliza Live, at iTunes.com. Please welcome Iliza Shlesinger.
Yeah!
All right.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Great.
I give real hugs.
Thank you. I don't give real hugs.
I give real
I'm shy
hugs.
and awkward, and I will always
And
remain
Jewish.
as such.
Okay.
Welcome to
Comes
the
with
show,
territory.
Iliza.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You have a mug, by the way. Last season, we didn't have mugs.
Yeah, look at this upgrade.
So we upgraded the mugs. You see, they
Look at this.
put our names on there.
No, I can see it.
This is upgrading.
You know what? I know you're drinking what's in the mug, but we actually have a sponsor. The show has a sponsor. So I'm
I'm
just
gonna
gonna
spit it out. I didn't know.
you're gonna spit it out.
Like, and we got you.
So this is recycled mikvah water.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just, no.
Well, it depends on whose mikvah it was, I guess.
Well, we don't know. Lots of people. I don't know because they all go at the Sunda says a lot of people go at once. Anyway, it's delicious. It's not just thirst quenching, but
Soul quenching.
it's soul
Got
quenching.
goyim juice on it because maybe it's the before mikvah water, not the
Well,
after.
there's probably they were definitely goyim. You
Thank
can
you.
taste the what do you call it? Previous goyim, previous goys.
Ugh.
I don't know. It's for you. You don't want it.
That's gross.
All right. We might just have lost our sponsor when the guest goes ugh.
You might have lost your guest and
We
my
might have lost our
breakfast.
guest and our sponsor.
That's nice.
Look at him. He's into it. He's into it.
It's his thing.
It's his
I don't want to
thing.
know what else he's into.
Oh my God.
Don't ask to see my feet or anything else like that.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Are you into feet?
What do you mean by that? Into
She
feet?
said-
He doesn't know he's not the answer.
I'm not into
I just didn't know what else he was into.
Oh no, I'm not into feet. What are you into? You're the guest.
You're the
What are you
guest.
into?
Oh, I'm into this show and being Jewish.
That's
Oh
right.
my God.
That's
Are you into
right.
being Jewish?
As much as the average Jew, I suppose.
So
Right?
You're in the average.
I did all the things I was supposed. I did all the prerequisites.
What'd you do?
I was born Jewish,
That's
and
key.
I had a bat mitzvah, and I had confirmation. I've been to Israel,
All right.
not on birthright. They can eat it.
You actually paid.
I paid, and then when I tried to go back, I went when I was 16. When I was like 22, I tried to go back, and they were like, "You already went." And I was like, "Oh, I told you." And I was like, "Why wouldn't you send an adult that pays taxes and has money now?" No, oh. So I was 16, so now it's no more for me.
Write a letter.
You should write
Write a letter to
right
Israel.
right here in JLTV. She's telling you what
outrageous.
I don't wanna
happened.
go
This is
anymore.
outrageous.
You don't want to go
It's too
anymore?
hot.
Oh my God.
That was the whole thing.
We just lost half our viewers.
Sorry.
That's
I
all
would go.
right.
I would love to go again.
You would. Oh, there
For
you
free.
go.
If they pay enough.
Exactly.
Right.
So you did all the Jewish things. That's.
I did all the Jewish things.
That's
And my
great.
aunt and uncle are kosher, and every year we have a kosher Thanksgiving.
Really.
No joke.
Look at this.
There's no, it's, obviously there's meat, so there's no dairy.
Wow. Do you see that?
And they have separate cutlery.
They have the
Well,
separate
I know
colors?
all about
Yeah.
it.
You know all about it?
Can I tell you the best thing?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this. My boyfriend is not Jewish, but it's
Uh-oh.
not his fault. And he loves the fact that I'm Jewish, whatever. And so he's like, because he's coming to Thanksgiving, he's like, I'm so excited. He's Canadian. He's like the least Jewish person ever with like a Scottish last name. He's like, I'm so excited for my first Jewish Thanksgiving. I was like, well, it's not a Jewish Thanksgiving. We're just kosher. He's like, is it customary to bring a gift? And I just pulled this out of nowhere. I was like, well, and the only Hebrew month I could think of was Kislev, and I don't know which month that is. And I was like,
No idea.
since it's the month of Kislev, it is customary to bring a paper gift. That's what we do. And he was like, I go, biblically it was often the deed to land, but nowadays we do gift certificates to Sephora made out to Iliza. We were this close to getting a gift certificate.
Wow. So really, all I got out of that story
that I have a
was that
boyfriend?
you're dating a Shagets.
What am I going to
Yeah.
And you're half Canadian.
I am half Canadian.
Where are you from?
I'm half Canadian.
You're from the eastern
I'm
side of the
from New
country, aren't
York,
you?
But my mom was born in Montreal.
Okay, yeah,
So I'm half
because you're
French.
Jewish, yeah.
But the Canadians don't love the Jews. There's a lot of.
Sure, they love
do?
everyone.
You sure?
Except for the French. Sorry,
Really?
she's Belgium. She's from Belgium.
She's Belgian. So how's the family feel about the boyfriend?
They like him a lot
Yeah?
because
Gonna convert?
no, but the kids get to be Jewish, and
Right,
I'm Jewish,
right.
so that counts.
So there's going to
You're
be
gonna
kids.
raise them Jewish.
Yes,
And you know what? I
I think we have to get married first.
You have to get
But
married
if they're
first.
talking about kids,
We're
he's more than
pushing.
a boyfriend.
He's my boyfriend. We talk about it because
talk about it.
you know,
Yeah, because
we're not
she-
kids anymore.
Get a ring.
Anyway.
Well, you may want to take the mikvah water to him because if he drinks it, you know, it might help.
Hey, you say to my boyfriend, listen, I don't know much about Judaism. This is period water, and I drank it. So bring me a Sephora gift certificate.
That's all you care about.
Yeah, I'll pass with that.
Certificate. All right, well, that's exciting. She's dating a non-Jew.
And why I loved her is because she had my daughter's middle name, but she spells it differently.
Oh, really?
My parents spelled differently.
Right,
I had
her
nothing to
parents
do with
spelled
it.
differently, but now my daughter's spelling her name differently and making me confused too.
What's the name?
Eliza.
I thought her middle name was. I know what her name is.
But
Right.
your
What's
daughter
your middle
spells V-I-E, as in
V.
as in life, like c'est la vie.
V. It's like a Viva.
It was
this
supposed
is crazy.
That's a pretty name. It was supposed to be Indiana Valentine, which is a total porn name, but I was not born on Valentine's Day. I would have been such a
Why
different person.
Indiana?
My mom needed an I, like for my great grandmother passed away, and so she was like, "We won't do Indiana. We'll name her Iliza to make it super difficult, and that's what we'll do. We'll spell it with an I."
Now, isn't that amazing that they don't really name you after the person? They just take the letter because you should actually have their name.
Well, you can't. Yeah, that's
if they're
true.
dead, if they're dead, you should actually have their name. But it's like, oh, it started with an I. Any I is good. Let's just find an I.
Any I.
Any I.
And the Jews don't do. You can't name after the living.
Right.
You can't. No.
So that's
But the
going.
Persian Jews name after the living.
That's a
because
whole
it's
other
an
thing.
honor.
I'm not even sure if they're
they really?
Jewish.
What do you,
I've been to a Persian Passover and a Persian when I first moved to LA.
The rice.
The synagogue next to me was like a Iranian Jewish, and it was still a little uncomfortable. And the burnt rice, it has to end.
It has
to
to.
end.
It's shipping
Oh.
You
cheese.
should have the burnt part. I mean, you have it. I don't want you
have
to
it.
miss out on your cultural delicacy.
You know what it's called? Tadik.
Tadik.
but then
Not
wouldn't
deep.
their teeth all be broken and messed up? I don't.
are.
Oh, they are.
Well, it's not uncooked
like
rice.
an
It's
English
just
thing. No, it's
crunchy.
burnt rice. And you know why that happened? I'm going to tell you. That happened because there was a Persian woman who couldn't cook, and her husband was afraid to tell her that it was burnt. That's
Oh,
how to
Shireen,
make it.
this is wonderful. You have done it again. Not that Jews are carrying the torch for culinary masterpieces for the most part, but I'm just saying burnt rice is at like the lower end. You have like one of your friends who isn't Jewish over at your house. It's like, what do you want, tongue? Or do you want chopped liver? Like, what of this do you want? None of it. It's never.
His mother makes the best chopped liver, but that's what she makes.
It's an oxymoron. There is no the best chopped liver. It's chopped liver. That's why no one ever wants to be it, because it's horrible.
I like it.
I don't like it.
My mother-in-law makes the best tongue.
She makes tongue
Yes.
Do you not know about this?
that people make. I know you go
They
to
love
Deli,
it.
you could buy
Jews
it.
love it.
They love it.
My
It's
dad
delicious.
loves. I mean, I'll eat raw
Have some
fish.
extra water.
Yeah,
Rinse.
wash your tongue down with this period. This is disgusting. Ugh.
Let's talk about the Comedy Central special.
Are we back on the camera now?
Okay.
We're always on camera, yeah.
Always.
Everything we just did will probably be part of the show.
Oh,
We
okay.
acted like we didn't know what was going on.
I should stop looking around then, okay?
You can keep looking around.
I
that's
keep
fine.
looking at the cue
No,
cards.
because the set is so amazing.
It is.
Built in one night by Todd. A hammer.
You can tell.
Yeah, you can tell, yeah. He had a hammer, a nail, and that was it.
It wasn't built in a. It was
Don't
built in
cough,
a day.
it'll fall down.
Okay.
So just be careful. All right, so last comic standing, that was the big thing, right?
That was the big
and
thing.
then that happened, and now Comedy Central special.
I did last comic,
What
and
was
then
in between?
in between was touring.
Touring.
I won about 2 years ago, and the Comedy Central special was about a year ago. So I toured nonstop, and I still do. That was for about a year, and then I went and taped the special in New York City, and that has come out. And I just released a CD on iTunes. I have a DVD coming out as well. Sprinkled with a lot of auditioning. People ask me if I act, and the answer is no, because I've never gotten that far. But I audition frequently. In fact, I have an audition later today. I'm going to keep this makeup on.
Good luck, you should.
There you go.
Thank
You
you.
should.
Thank
You
you.
look
So,
beautiful.
Thank you.
When you toured for the year between the special and last comic standing, where was the toughest crowds?
The toughest crowds? You know, I don't. That's a really good question. Who the toughest? It's never been a tough crowd for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's never. When they come to see, when they're paying to see you, they're not coming to heckle you. So the tough crowds in general for me tend to be Saturday night late show, because that's your crowd that's already drunk and they're often not the brightest and they're just like, oh my God. And so they're listening to you, but you kind of not have to dumb down your material, but you know that they're not going to want to hear your joke about the weather, because they are crap faced
Not that
and
smart.
just, yeah. And so it's you're struggling to like get them to pay attention, but it's not bad. It's just not my favorite.
All right, well, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
And when we come back, you've brought a special guest, another
That's right.
guest.
I can't
Kosher.
wait. I
And we're
can't
going
wait.
to bring the guest out. So we'll be right back with Iliza. And don't forget, coming up in a little bit, we got anti-Semitism with Rabbi Mentz.
Fun.
We'll be right back.
When we come back, more with Iliza Shlesinger on James and Sunda.